My name is Avery Bishop. I go by Sayso. I'm 19 years old from Burlington, Ontario, and this is my life.
You can never play me, ain't no tricky hoe. Said don't get tricky hoe. I fuck with real ass hoes. I fuck the baddest bitches. I bag the baddest hoes.
Another artist by the name of Skywater. He has this song, Thrift Shop. And I just kept listening to it over and over and over. And he has one line where he says, Sayso. And it just had a ring to it. I was like, that's gotta be it. Because at one point in my life, music was all that I had. So, there were times where I needed things and music provided those for me. So my whole goal is to be able to provide that for other people, If somebody needs somebody to listen to or, get through their problems with, I want to be that person for them. Biggest influences have to be Young Thug, Lil Uzi Vert, Playboi Carti, X. Those guys all have their character down, and for me, I love that. I have to look up to that. It's been a long journey. At the start, I just had some really good connections. Before I was really making music, I was just a guy that made music. Now I feel like, I'm part of the music. Lots of connections to internet money. Those guys are just hit makers, They know what they're doing when it comes to the production. A lot of the producers that I'm working with are, Billboard people and people that have produced some big hits. You can't force good music. So I just have to make sure I'm in the right headspace, the right energy. I'm not too tired. I'm not in an uncomfortable environment. I have to feel like I want to make the music. I have to feel like I have things that I want to say. Experiences are important as well. Meeting the people has been really interesting. We just did Black Cray in Montreal, and that one was a really good show. And then we just did Che and Black Cray and Skywater in Toronto, another good show. And we're going on tour again next week, out to Vancouver, then Toronto, then Montreal. It is a lot though, it really is a lot. Song that I'd recommend to a new listener, probably Prosper. When translating the music, you gotta make the sounds that you wanna make. You gotta say the things that you wanna say. You have to choose the beats that you wanna make, that you wanna work on, So I just think it's literally comes down to being you. You need to be you. I do what I do while still keeping my own morals. At the end of the day, I'm a real person. It's bigger than Sayso. That's just somebody that, I created, if anything, And at the end of the day, I'm just me, and I was never into that stuff. I was never into the drugs or the crazy shit that I know a lot of people do, and we've seen that come up in recent times. But yeah, it's really easy to fall down that path, very easy. I've seen people do it, and it's always around, My childhood was interesting. Single mother, and she always worked. I grew up with my grandparents, and that's where I really got who I am from, So it was difficult, because you had Father's Day come around, and they're like, oh, let's make Father's Day gifts and shit like that, and it was like, damn. That's a big part to be missing out of your life, And because of that, then, my mom had to do everything. So, she put in a lot of work. She made it work. She really did. And I owe the world to her. But yeah, it was different. It was different because I recognized that I wasn't like the other people, And where I grew up, not a lot of people were like me. So yeah, it was interesting, and I feel like that made me who I am today. Music videos are very important because it adds a whole nother aspect to your music, right? Music's just audio. You don't see the music. But a music video accompanying a song, it makes it a much bigger product in the end. It's funny because back when me and Malad dropped our first video, we didn't know what we were doing. You know, he made music videos for whoever, and I just made music. Like, I was just a guy that made music. Yeah. You need to remember where you came from. Because if you forget that and you forget who you are, then you've lost everything. You're just a shell of what you once were. So it's really just making sure that, you know, I'm still me at the end of the day. You know, you can't lose that. You really can't lose that, because once you do, you see what happens to people that have lost themselves in it. I think the big thing is that you only live once. You only get to experience this one time. Once it's done, you know? So you have to make the most of it while you have it. You know, you're fortunate to be alive. You're fortunate to be here. You're fortunate to have free will and you know, do what you want to do. So it would be difficult not having a supportive family behind it. But I think at the end of the day, if this is what you want to do, this is what you want to do. Try to take the rest of what I got left, but you gotta let go. Ups and downs when I'm riding around on my dolly. Gotta keep my soul in. They left me broken. Nothing is easy when you're doing what I'm doing. I love the way you move. I'm trying to get to you. I seen a lot of hoes in here, but they got none on you.